Welcome to the 36th episode of the Paul Pate Podcast. Before we get started, just want to let you know there's 35 other episodes that cover mostly art stuff. I interview artists and talk about art, and talk about creating art and appreciating art and blah, blah, blah art. I got a few other odds and ends, but mostly art. I'm an artist, so that's what I talk about on the Paul Pate Podcast. But if you're interested in that kind of thing, go check it out. Previous episodes. All right. Anyway, let's get started on the Buckeye Brawl. The Buckeye Brawl is a tournament held every year in Ohio. That's the name, Buckeye. It's an electric football tournament. Remember electric football? Electric football, yeah!
Oh, okay.
Did you get enough coffee to drink this morning?
Yeah.
You gonna be ready to play?
I'm going to be ready to play. Yeah, this is how I'm going to play today. I don't get to drink beer in the Hall of Fame, so that means that my calmness is gone. It's all going to be jitters. So, yeah.
Good luck today.
Thanks. You too,
We're
Paul.
playing some of these guys over here.
Oh, yeah.
My guy, Cowboys, Tony Dorsett right there. Look, it's so sophisticated now. They have the name of the player on the jersey. Look at that. Is that awesome? And this is like a dream come true for me, a childhood dream. I'm building a stadium around my field. Anyway, I went to the Buckeye Brawl, took my Cowboys, and got my butt kicked. Woo! Okay, after a game and a half, the first game I lost 23-0. I don't think I got a first down in the game. The second game, it's halftime and 7-7. Tony Dorsett broke a 65-yard touchdown run. So, but I'm exhausted. This is intense. But it was a great tournament. It was fun. It was a great experience, and so I'm going to tell you all about it. Oh, man, am I exhausted. I played 3 games and lost all 3, but my goal was to get a first down. I got 3 first downs, and I even scored a touchdown. Well, I mean, Tony Dorsett did, but I'm good. I played enough today. Can't wait to see who wins this thing. Can't wait to see who moved into the final, or the next round of 12. So I think probably Baxter's going to be seeded 1. When I was 7 years old, my family moved to Michigan from Texas. And there was this lady, Nell Hood. She's an old woman. I mean, I'm 7 at the time, so to me she was old. She was a grandma. One of her grandkids had abandoned this old wooden electric football field, and she gave it to me. And I took it home, and it had like these crazy players. I played that for a while, and it was fun and everything. My brother played it with me a little bit, my older brother. So we had a great time with it, but I was still pretty young. But then I had a friend named James, my best buddy growing up as a kid. He loved football, but he was more like he looked at it like science, I mean, he studied football, and so he got an electric football field, a real nice one, and all these great teams, and so that's when I decided I needed to, crank it up a notch. So I got rid of that old wooden jobby and got a metal field, and I think I still have that sucker today. I'm trying to give it away to people so that they'll play, but it's about, it's not quite, it's a little bit smaller. I mean, it's a big field, but this is 2 feet by 4 feet now. I built this field myself on a piece of sheet metal. That's how you do it nowadays. And the guys, they go fast. It's so different than when I played when I was a kid. Okay, we're going to take a little break from the podcast action and come over here to the field so I can explain some things to you people who might think that this is a game of luck and that you can't control, what's going on. I can assure you it is not. And I can tell you based on my experience at the Buckeye Brawl, there was 20 guys in the tournament, okay? And we had a round of 3 games, and as you know, I lost my 3. And then after that, 12 of those guys advance to the playoff round. And out of those 12, the first 4 seeds got a bye. Okay? So then the seeds 5 through 12, as 8 teams play each other, they knock out seeds 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then then now you have the top 8 teams. Out of those 8 teams, the top 4 teams advance. Out of those 4 teams, the top 2 teams advance. And in the finals, number 1 and number 2, number 1 won the game. So you tell me that's luck. Now, here, and I'm going to explain to you why it's not luck by just showing you some of the plays and some of the strategies that are involved playing the game, okay? I've got my Dallas Cowboys against the 1977 Dallas Cowboys against the 83 Redskins defense. And just so you know, in this particular tournament, the Buckeye Brawl, 3 coaches that represented the Cowboys. So what happens when you play, like if by chance the Cowboys play against the Cowboys, offense is always in the dark jerseys and defense is always in the white jerseys. So that way you can compete against each other, okay? So anyway, that's how that works. That's why you see that here. Now, as you're playing this game, all right, there's different things that will happen during a game and that will require you to employ different strategies. For example, if the defensive line here for the Redskins is pretty strong, okay, so when I go to run up the middle, I'll give it the door set off the break right here. Let me get the switch. That actually wasn't too bad. But he doesn't get too far running off the break. Okay, if he touches that defender right there, number 77, he's down after a 3-yard gain. All right, that actually isn't too bad. So I might need to start moving to the outside, playing, running off tackle or around the end. All right, we're trying to spread out the defense. Might have to pass to the outside. Try passing. So there's lots of different strategies that you can employ. And same on defense. I mean, if your defensive line is getting blown off the line, you can take your linebackers and stack them behind. You can't stack them like pushing up against the line. But what I'm saying is you can use your linebackers to defend the middle, or try to get them around the outside if you got some fast guys. So there's lots of strategies that you can use and coaches will use to adjust and compete against each other and try to win the game. Okay, and you need to be able to pass, you need to be able to run, you need to be able to use misdirection, and you don't want to show off too much of your stuff right at the beginning of the game. You want to save the good plays for the end when the game is on the line, that kind of stuff. And all that leads to the good coaches winning and the not so good coaches need to go back and practice. And that's where I'm at. All right? So I hope that helps a little bit to understand that it's not just a game of luck. To play the game, there's lots of different ways to play, but usually some of the general things are the offense lines up their team, okay? And as they're lining up, the defense lines up too. But there's a play clock, so you got to hustle up, get your team lined up. Well, there's different ways to do it. If you just do a run play, then the defense runs a switch until one of his players tackles the ball carrier. But if it's a pass play, I can take and bring my quarterback in here, my stationary quarterback, set him down. Okay, now the offense runs the switch. Turn it on. See if somebody gets open. Good grief, nobody's getting open. Seriously, everybody's covered. Actually, Drew Pearson's open over there. So the pass is like so. Take this guy. Remember these guys? They actually work, okay? You can put like a marker down where your quarterback was. Set this guy down. Try to hit Drew Pearson over there, okay? Boom! Got him! He makes the catch. Now, I get to turn that sucker. See which way he runs. There we go. The defense gets to turn their guys now. Pivot, pivot, pivot. All right. Make your pivots. I think I got it. Let's see what happens. Now the defense takes the switch, runs it until Drew Pearson gets tackled. Boom. He got smacked right there. You know what? I think his forward progress made a first down. Good job, Drew. That's how the game's played. Got field goals, punts, fumbles, penalties. All the football's in there. It's super fun. I love it. As you can see, my stadium's coming along nicely. All right. Back to the podcast. Man, I spent so many hours just playing it and dreaming about football. I loved football when I was a kid. I loved the Dallas Cowboys. I dreamed of being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys just until a few years ago. I finally gave up on it. But, man, I studied football. I knew everything there is to know about football. And so now I go to play electric football, and it's pretty good. I mean, it replicates the real game pretty well. There's like for me, I wasn't a good player. I mean, it was just so player. You know, I was too skinny and I get hurt all the time. But I know about football. You know, a few things in the world I know about. Maybe, you know, picking my nose and football. And so, like, when I'm on a football field, I feel like I know, I'm aware of everything that's going on. I'm comfortable there, you know. And so when I went to the Buckeye Brawl to play, I mean, I didn't do very well. I didn't have a very good team. And I, you know, need some practice. But I feel like I got my bearings and I know how to play the game. And I feel like I could compete. I come back, guys. I could compete. I'm going to do some damage. Okay, the tournament was being held in Canton, Ohio at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Watch this. Oh, man. I'm outrunning all the greats. How cool is that? It's very cool. It's awesome.
What's that? Man's name on the list.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm running at the bottom.
Man, oh man.
Here I am.
He's Mr. National. I'm recording Mr. National recording. So, my buddy Ari, who I haven't seen in many years, lives in Cleveland. Ari, you're in the presence of greatness.
I know. Hanging out with Paul.
So the plan was I would catch a train in Elkhart, Indiana, which is not too far from my place, and ride it to Cleveland and get there bright and early Friday morning, hang with Ari for a little bit, and we'll go down to Canton because his son goes to Kent State, which is like 15 minutes from Canton. So it would all work out nice. But I gotta catch a train that leaves at 1:15 a.m. from Elkhart, Indiana. So like 10 o'clock at night or something, round up my stuff, head out down the road. I'm cruising down the road, getting all geeked to go play some electric football. I left my teams on the living room floor. So I had to turn around and come back. Well, now I missed the train, so I got to drive my sleepy head all the way to Cleveland. So I went back to bed. I got up at like 2 in the morning and left. I made it, man. I drove all the way through. No problem. Got to Ari's house. We hung out for a little bit and headed down the road to Canton. And we were at a hotel Friday night, met all the guys, had dinner. It was awesome.
Hey, Brian. My name Brian Phillips, Kansas City Twisted champion.
Yeah.
Who's your team? I play with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I play with the Baltimore Ravens. I represent I-95 East Coast.
All right, good luck today.
Thank you.
My name Daryl Knox. Yeah, I'm playing with Detroit Lions, and I'm from the East Coast League and I-95 also.
Where are you from? How'd you come by the Lions? I'm from Michigan.
Well, it's just a team that I've chosen to pick because I've always loved Barry Sanders.
All right, he's great. All right, Darrell.
Hey, Darrell Brevard, East Coast, I-95, repping the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, you can see all that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys want to have a great weekend.
Yes.
Next up is the tournament in Jacksonville. I mean, in Lakeland, Florida. Jerry McGee. Make sure y'all get there. The Warriors tournament, man. Make sure y'all get there. This TOC circuit, man, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's great for the soul. It's a great stress reliever.
Is it? I don't know. I scrimmaged Adrian Baxter last night. I was stressed out.
You had a good time.
On a serious note, those moments that you get like that, use it as teachable moments. You'll be learning from the great. He has no problem showing you, helping you, man, do whatever you need to do. So we good.
All right. Thanks, bro.
All righty.
Good luck today.
Hey, you too.
And they all were electric football geeks, man. Electric football nerds. It was so awesome. They loved electric football. Now, if you're thinking that these are all just like nerdy dudes like me, you're wrong, okay? Let me just make a comment about golf. Some of you guys may have heard me talk about golf in the past with regards to, electric football or the table soccer game, Subbuteo, that I like to play. And this is what I'm talking about, okay? You might think this game is silly. You know what? It is. It's a kid's game. All right? But hitting a little white ball down this ridiculous green pasture with your weird clubs is stupid too. All right? It's just as silly. There's nothing wrong with it if that's what you like. But the thing is, here's my thing. How many dudes are out there golfing and don't even really like golf? Okay, they're doing it for networking or something like that. All right, that's pathetic to me. Especially when and if they would actually rather be playing electric football, because this stuff is cool. Look at that. That's awesome. Golf. Give me a break, man. Great guys. And so a lot of them are, dorks like me. Out of shape. Ooh. There's plenty of that. And I was eating dinner with this other guy, Frank. Giant guy. He's just all muscles, no fat on him. Sure. Frank, and he's super nice, right? I'm looking at him, I'm going, Frank. Me and Ari are sitting at a table with these guys. Everybody's just sitting around and eating dinner and drinking and chatting and having a good time, because it's kind of like a family reunion for these guys when they get together. All these electric football enthusiasts get together, and they all know each other from over the last 20 years when these tournaments have been going on. So I'm sitting there with this guy Frank, and I'm looking at him like, Frank, you may have played football at a level higher than high school like me, Frank says, no, it's not about me, man. This is about electric football. So Frank also played tight end for Notre Dame when they won the national championship. I mean, this guy knows about football, and and he's got a great Lou Holtz imitation. I'm not going to do it because it would just be mean, but Frank does it. He's completely respectful of Lou Holtz, although it's funny. And he said Lou Holtz came to his house in northern Kentucky and said Notre Dame cannot win a championship without you playing tight end for Notre Dame. Said he made him feel like the king of the world, And then the very first day of practice, Frank said Lou Holtz made him feel this big. And I mean, this guy's big. They made him feel that big. Anyway, super nice guys, man. I just had a blast with these guys. Anyway, Adrian, he offers to scrimmage me, and man, he showed me how to play the game, because I needed to know how to, the rules that you're playing, because there's lots of different rules you can use, and this particular tournament was called the Buckeye Brawl, and it's one tournament in a series of 6 that are held across the country, and it's called the Tournament of Champions Circuit. And so they have rules specifically that you need to follow when playing in these tournaments. So I needed to know those rules. I mean, I had read them, but it's, kind of hard to gather them all in. So I needed somebody to show me how to play. So, of course, Adrian shows me, and he actually, was very nice, but he taught me a lot. It was a great experience. It was fun. But, I mean, it just destroyed me, It wasn't funny. Anyway, that was my learning experience, so after that, I put my team together, and you actually have to give your team to the commissioners, the people running the tournament. They weigh every player, because there's a weight limit on these guys, and so I had to turn them in, and they got them all weighed and checked in, and they put them in a box, and then you can't have them until Saturday morning. And I remember talking to Ari, like, well, this is the very first night that I've spent away from my little plastic men, feeling a little emotional. Anyway, Saturday morning came, we headed to the Hall of Fame. All right, here I am, Saturday morning in Canton, Ohio, getting ready to go to the electric football tournament being held at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I got my Staubach jersey on, and sitting behind me in the car is the legendary Lynn. Woo!
Let's go, baby! Electric football!
Man, I can't believe this. I'm riding in the car with Lynn Weirwood-Schmidt, and my old roommate from college, Ari, he's giving me a ride to the Hall of Fame. Thanks for coming along, Ari. This has been awesome having you. Last night I got to practice a scrimmage, I guess, with Adrian Baxter, who's the current national champion, and that was kind of his defense actually moved the ball down the field on me faster than his offense did. But he gave me a lot of great tips, so hopefully my goal is to gain a first down today.
If you play me, that'll probably happen multiple times.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I hope we get seated against you. But yeah, let's see, there's 3 or 4 Cowboys teams here. We got the entire NFC East is represented. I'm excited to play. This has been amazing. We haven't got to the Hall of Fame yet. Last night was at the hotel, and it's been amazing already, just to see the players, see all the coaches, see the way the game's played, man, the speed and
Turn left onto Everett Road Northwest.
the speed and the strength of the players is kind of, my guys they need work. And the tournament started. Okay, this room that this tournament's going to be held in is amazing. They've got, I'm going to say, maybe 16 boards set up, and starts over here. There's the Buckeye Brawl banner. There's all the players just filing in for the tournament. There's Ari, Selby. I'm going to look at every field. Here's U of M field. I'm not going to spend too much time over here. There's a Maryland field. This is incredible. Look at the sideline. There's the incomparable Frank.
Green Bay Packers on the Maryland. I just use that because that's my sidelines, and we just put it on a Maryland field, so kind of.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's not for this. I just did it for the tournament, so people.
Okay, so the sidelines are from the Packers.
Yeah, these are for the Packers. I just
on a Maryland field.
Yeah, I haven't sold these Packers.
And Notre Dame alumni.
That's right. I didn't make them. My buddy, friend of ours, made them.
This is the one I love. Check it out, man. This is incredible. I got to get this field.
Exactly. That's what I love.
man. Yeah, these are, I got to get that at home. This is this is a Electric Football League. Represented. Another Houston Oilers field. Carolina Panthers field. Southeast Warhawks. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. Let me sneak through here, Mark. Sorry. Uh-oh, 49ers. Candlestick Park. That's not where they play anymore. Huh. Cleveland Browns. Mid-Ohio Miniature Football. We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers, old school field. And to finish it off, the snow-covered Vikings field. Look at this one's awesome. And then there's the clock for the games. Incredible. Pretty incredible. There's 3 Cowboys teams here. There's an Eagles team. There's a Giants team. There's Vikings. 49ers are represented a couple times. Who else? Carolina Panthers over there. Incredible. Man, I was playing against Damon Lucas, who's a good player, a good coach, and he actually was there at the Buckeye Brawl, and he had the legendary Jim Davis's team for some reason. Jim Davis had lent one of his teams to Damon Lucas. Anyway, I'm playing against them, and Damon missed a couple passes that I think he would normally complete. It kind of gave me a chance to get in the game, and then that's when Dorsett broke it for like 65 yards. TD! Tony Dorsett showed the speed, took it to the house. So now it's 7-7, and the game's going on, and we're getting near the midway of the second half, and maybe a little bit further along, and I can't pass for I've improved a lot, as you can see. Thank you, Rafiq and Simi, my passing gurus, showed me a few tips. But back when I was playing, man, I couldn't pass. Anyway, luckily I completed a pass to I think Tony Hill, and he took it for like 50-some yards down to like the 11-yard line, and it's 7-7. I'm in this game. I'm thinking, man, all I got to do is just score right here, and I can go ahead. Well, this is crazy. I might beat Damon Lucas, I proceeded to lose like 30 yards. I wasn't even in field goal range anymore, man. And he ended up, and then he scored right away after that. And that was all she wrote. The fat lady started singing. Oh. Anyway, it was fun being in it for a minute.
Leave it there.
Right here, this is a huge game right here. Two of the biggest coaches here are playing. Doesn't help them on the electric football field, the size of the coach. Cowboys against the old NFC East Cardinals. And we got more NFC East Giants against the Ravens.
He was there. Okay. This is a lot of scrimmage is there. Okay. All right.
And like I said, I got my butt kicked, but it was incredible. It was fun, man. I want to thank all the guys there that I played against, and Mr. National was awesome meeting you, and John Martin. We put on a great tournament. Vance ran the tournament, the commissioner, and I got to meet all these great players and the coaches, as they're called. And it was just an incredible experience for me. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And thanks for watching the podcast. Come again sometime. I hope to see you in the future. Peace.